Codie Prevost, and this is Canadian Beats.
Hi everyone, Linda Heldman and
Nanci Dagg from Canadian Beats with
Codie Prevost. Thank you guys for having me.
awesome. It's fun to have you here. We are in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, which is your home province.
Welcome here.
And we are at the CCMA's Canadian Country Music Association Awards, part of
Country Music
PotashCorp
Week.
Corporation Country Music Week in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Apparently that's the way we're supposed to say it.
Okay, good, thank you.
I got told about that today at the industry luncheon.
Oh, nice.
I feel like I'm blocking you guys.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
No,
You're fine.
no,
You're
we'll just
sort of talk away here. So you had your CD release party on Wednesday night, the night I flew in here.
Yes.
At the Riv
Yes.
Club.
Yeah, the Riviera.
The Riv Bar. Okay. Yes. So how was that for you?
Oh, it was incredible. You know, we had 250 people, including yourself there, and it just, you know, it was actually, oh, here it is right here. So
CD.
this actually isn't released quite yet.
That's right.
It's it was a pre-launch party, and I wanted to celebrate the CCMAs, and I knew there'd be a lot of great people in like you, and I just wanted to get the album to them first, to folks like you for supporting me from day one, and I just really wanted to show my appreciation. And I also, you know, I've been working on this for a year, so I wanted to get some early feedback on the album, and so this album will be available to people on the mailing list in the coming weeks here, but it won't be out for another couple months. So, but I'm very excited about the project, and excited to looking forward to hearing what you guys think about it.
I know I got it on Wednesday night, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it because it's busy. It's really busy.
Oh, CCMA is
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the songs that you did perform,
Yeah.
great response from the crowd. There were a couple, and don't ask me the titles of them, but they really had that groove. You wanted to just get up and dance around, and it was really good.
Well, that's what I was looking for on this project. You know, it's like I had a hand in writing most of the songs on the project, so that's exciting. But I really wanted it to be either the song would mean something, or it makes people feel something, or have a good time. I just really wanted some meaning behind this. And radio, the title of the project, actually comes from, the idea was that, you know, I grew up on the farm my whole life, in a small town, 300 people, and my first influences were driving the tractor, listening to the radio. Also, my mom had radios in the house, and I thought, you know, how many other people grew up listening to the radio and creating memories in their life?
Absolutely.
And I just thought, you know, that brings it right back. But then now, come full circle, 2017, and we look at radio, and there's online radio, there's physical radio, there's all different kinds of radio. So I thought, you know, it doesn't matter where the radio is, people are making memories to music every day. And so that was my hope with this project, that people could take it, turn it on, and make memories of their own listening to the songs. So
Perfect. I love that. I love that. And the new single.
yeah, you won't
Sorry,
sleep tonight.
You Won't Sleep Tonight. I wanted to get it right. You released that a couple months ago now.
Yeah, that's right. So it was a song that I was down in Nashville, and I sat down to write with a good friend, Adam Wheeler. And I told him, I said, you know, as a musician, it's crazy that we spend so much time away from home. And I told him this story of how, you know, there's just always this anticipation when you're away for long periods of time. And it's, you know, I found that from going to Australia, touring Australia a bit. And I just found, like, you know, after a couple of weeks, you really start to miss home and you miss your loved ones. And I thought, you know, how many people experience that? Not only, you know, musicians, but magicians, carpenters, comedians. Doesn't matter what you're in. And you know what I mean? Everybody has to go away from home, and it's always that anticipation of missing your loved ones. And so this was a song about that. But when we released it, we just had a brand new baby in our family, Everly Ray.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Thank you. So it took on a whole new meaning after that. You know, You Won't Sleep Tonight kind of became this thing. As soon as the single was released, that
When you have babies, you don't sleep.
Yeah, well, now we're not sleeping again. So.
How does Lyric like having a baby sister?
Oh, she loves it. Yeah, she'll just she'll try to kiss her and say goodnight and hold her all the time. And you know, as a parent, you're always a little bit worried about that. You're always worried about how they react to the situation, and just took it on. She's like a little mother hen.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Good. And Ashley's doing well?
Oh, Ashley's great. Yeah, she's doing well. We're all good, so it's incredible.
And she's at home with the girls this weekend?
Yes, she is. Yeah, so it's
Didn't make it to CCL week.
Not yet,
Yeah.
but she might.
Oh, she is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
try to
great.
attend a few events.
Oh, that's great,
so,
Codie.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's always a
Yeah.
blast. So, and
Yeah.
we really want to really try to instill music in the kids as
Yeah.
much as possible to get them started on that journey. Like Lyric already sings.
Yeah.
She's been singing You Won't Sing
Oh,
Tonight.
that's so sweet.
That's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
pretty good.
That's awesome.
It's been a pleasure over the past 5 or so years since I've known you to watch. You were engaged at the time. You weren't married yet.
Right.
And to watch you get married, and now the family is building.
Yeah.
And it's such a great. You're like one of my kids, okay? So
Right.
it's like watching my family
Well,
grow
and-
through you.
And also starting off with the small house concerts,
Right.
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, and those
The-
are still
the-
some of my favorite
And
times.
they're my favorite times
Yeah.
with you too. But then now growing to see your career and like you're now in Australia, like your career's grown in leaps and bounds
Mhm.
Well,
since the days of the house concerts.
And it was all thanks to folks like you guys. You know, we'd be traveling across this country and you guys would welcome us into your homes and open your doors and say, we're going to invite 20, 30, 40
Yeah.
friends over
Mhm.
and we want you to play a concert. And for me, those were some of my favorite times.
Yeah, they were.
You know, and you know what I mean? You really get to know
Yeah,
people like you
absolutely.
guys and
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
just,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than that to
No.
me. And it feels like family and
Yeah.
when you come from a town of 300 people, family is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like, and that's why I love it so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I met you through mutual friends, Len
Yeah.
Tellier,
Yeah,
who
that's
is
right.
an artist in the Sudbury area as
Right.
well. And it was just meeting you and Al. There was that instant connection and a lot of fond memories.
Oh, there's lots of fun memories
Lots
for
of
sure.
fond memories.
Yes.
So some of those house concerts do get pretty wild.
They do. They do.
What happens at house concerts stays at house concerts.
All right, enough of that.
Now, you were talking about Australia. How did you getting down there come to be? Because you've been down a few times now.
Yes, so it was kind of just a leap of faith. What happened is 2015 rolled around. I was wanting to go there because I heard that they have summer and our winter. So I was like,
Mhm.
oh,
Well,
that'd be
that's appealing.
That'd be incredible to just escape our
Yeah.
winter for a bit. But at the same time, I heard they had some amazing country music festivals and fans. And I had a buddy living there by the name of Ryan Anderson at Anderson Productions, and he wasn't doing that at the time. But when we were growing up, we went to high school together, and he was always in bands, always DJing shows, and I thought to myself, that guy loved music.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if he'd be interested in booking me some shows down there. So I contacted him through Facebook and said,
Okay.
hey Ryan, hope
Yeah.
you're doing good. You know, I'm looking, like this was 6 months prior, I'm like,
Right.
you know, January's coming up, I'd love to come to
Yeah.
Australia and check it out, tour. I don't, know if you can make that happen, but I just thought I'd approach you. And he said, you know what, I've never done it, but let me give it a shot and I'll get back to you. And so a few months later, we got in touch and I said, so how's it going? And he says, well, I got 13 shows booked for
Oh
January.
my goodness, that's
And,
fantastic.
yeah, and he said, I'm still waiting to hear from a few more. So come January, I hopped on a plane. I went there and I did 18 shows in 22
that's
days.
great.
So,
Codie.
yeah, it was incredible.
And they love you in Australia.
Wow,
Reading all
it
the
is.
Facebook posts, social media,
Mhm.
like you are loved in Australia. As much as you're loved in Canada, you're also loved in Australia.
Well, and it's just great people,
Yeah.
like it reminded me of being in Canada because the people are so friendly.
Yeah.
You can be walking down the street, people say hi to you, and I was like, oh, when you're going all the way across the world, you sometimes wonder yourself, what are the people going to be like? Are they going to
Yeah.
accept me? Are they going to,
Yeah.
how's it going to go? And when I got there, I was like, wow, I feel so at home here, and it's just, I've never had a regret. And then since then, I've been back a couple more times. Actually, after that first tour, ended up signing with a label, Keel Entertainment, and they got me into some festivals there and stuff. And so it's been growing and building, and it's been a true pleasure to go there and tour.
That's great. That's great. So you'll probably be going back again.
Oh, and I'm looking at it in the new year, so it's something that I hope to do for quite a long period of time.
And will you take the family with you?
I'm hoping that's another one of my goals. So
Oh, that'd be
the flight is quite crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know it's 15 hours one way or something for once you're at Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
it's quite intense, but it'll be exciting to get them there.
You were mentioning Adam Wheeler, and it just so happened that when I flew in I took a plane from Sudbury to Toronto,
Right.
and then flew Toronto to Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Adam and
Hal?
Hal were on the flight with me.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
we got chit-chatting as we got talking, and then, what do you plan on doing? Oh, well, I'm off to see Codie Prevost CD release party now. Oh, well, we are too.
Right?
And then I found out the connection was, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, they're great people. And like when I first went to Nashville, I was looking for writers to write with, and Adam just welcomed me in open arms. And that was in 2004. And every trip I've made back, me and Adam just have this
Yeah.
connection. And when we write, we always come up with what I think is great stuff. And so I've just always, he's number one on my list when I go
Well,
to Nashville.
you two wrote my favorite song.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember the title of it.
Is it
the one.
Someday?
I'm
okay.
I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
Oh.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I wrote that one.
Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah.
remember the first time you performed at a house concert. I'm okay.
Right.
Tears.
Oh,
right? It was
absolutely.
the tears.
Absolutely.
But of course, you know my favorite
Right.
song is Honky Tonk Groupie, but that's
Well, I know.
that's you know. But
Wow.
Because Nanci is the honky tonk groupie.
That one was written for Nanci.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
begin to time this, and I have no idea where we are.
Only 45 minutes. Not too bad.
12 minutes? That's not too bad. So let's ask you a couple of fun questions.
Sure.
Okay. One of them, we just celebrated Canada's 150th birthday.
Yes.
So where were you and what did you do?
You know what was cool? I got to be near my hometown. I got to be performing a concert in Wadena, Saskatchewan. They had a big party there in the park, and we got to perform there. And then what happened after that is I got the opportunity to actually go home and spend it at where I grew up and,
Nice.
and go to the
In
lake
Archwell.
that weekend. Yes. So it was just a great Canada Day, and the kids got to go to the lake, and
Nice.
you know, it was kind of the perfect balance between performing and plus getting to spend some time with your family and go to the lake as well.
Great, great. Nanci?
Tell us about your new social media.
Sure. Well, basically what's going on. So I started something called the Codie Prevost Diaries.
Right.
And the whole thought was I wanted kind of, like at the house concerts, I love to tell my stories
Yeah.
and share about how I started and how I had to take out a small business loan to start playing music.
I
and-
remember
Yeah.
that story now. Yes, yes, yes.
So
yes.
there's
yeah.
quite a long story in there,
Yeah.
but I thought, you know, I really want to take that experience
Yeah.
and bring it online to the people who join the mailing list, and
Right.
so I can create that connection with them so
Yeah.
they know how this music thing started and what happened and how I got to this point,
Yeah.
to the 5th album. And so I started the Codie Prevost Diaries.
Right.
And so basically people, if they join the mailing list, will get some free songs, obviously, but then they'll start getting stories. Is it sound
It's okay, it's fine.
That
It didn't break. It's in an otter
Don't they have a
box.
built-in
It's,
trampoline
it's,
app?
it's in an otter box, it's fine.
So, but people would
Yeah.
be able to join me on there, and they would be able to go through this experience and get to know me one-on-one, basically. And through there, they also get special, like this album will be available before it's available
Right.
to other people through
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And so it's just a way to really appreciate the people, again, who have
Yeah.
supported me from day one.
And you have something special with a fan every month.
I do, fan of the month. So it's, if you want, you can join the mailing list, and then the newsletter will come out on the first day of every month. And basically in there, I pick one fan who's applied for it, and they become the fan of the month, and we feature them in the newsletter, and we show what their hobbies are and where they're from,
Yeah.
and their favorite concerts and
That's
favorite artists. And so that's been a pretty fun thing.
And that's pretty cool to see because the fans are not just Canada.
Right.
You've
Right.
obviously got several hundred in Australia now from
Right.
being down there, a lot in the States.
Right.
And they're the ones I see, and I'm sure there's some over in Europe and whatnot as well, aren't
Well,
there?
it's amazing with
Yeah,
the
it's just,
internet.
it's
Worldwide,
crazy.
yeah.
But
It's crazy.
But see, what I'm really, my goal is to create like a community on there, and it's almost like, again, it comes back to family and being from a small town, and so I just really have to stay close to that thought, you know, because that's what it's all about for me, is creating this support community where everybody supports each other and everybody's, you know what I mean, we all share experiences and stories and goals, and
Yep.
like I really want to create a community where it's that's the vision.
Yeah. And you do that, and
Yeah.
for 5 years or more, you've been doing the Tuesday night chats.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I get into when I can. It
Yeah.
used to be a whole lot, now
Right.
it's like very sporadic. But
Right.
I still, you pop in and you see names that you see all the time.
Right.
And it's like, oh, hey, how are you? And we chit chat back and forth as much as you chit chat with us.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so cool to have created that, and now everybody knows everybody, and they actually, lots of them talk on the phone and
Yeah.
through Skype
Yeah, yeah.
and you name it, like they're just
I mean, you may have been the commonality to begin with,
right.
but then everybody grows from there, right?
And that's, for me,
And
that's what's exciting.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we're here to share a gift, but if at the same time with that gift you can bring together people
Yeah.
and they can have experiences that
Yeah.
change your lives
Yeah.
some way or another through me or through other people,
Yeah, yeah.
like that's really what the goal is
Yeah.
about. So
Right.
it's pretty awesome.
Great, great. Well, I think we need to wrap up. But
Sure.
I thank you so much for
Hey,
this, Codie.
thank
It's
you
great.
guys.
I'm glad we could do this together,
I'm
Nancy.
so glad, Linda.
Nancy and I have
we
not
did it
seen each
all
other
for
2 years?
2 years, yeah. Three.
It was Edmonton.
It was Edmonton.
How long has it been for me?
Sangria's on the
Seven.
patio. That's what I remember about Nancy.
That
Sangria
was
on the patio.
yeah.
And I've been
Cody, and
probably
Cody, last
five.
time I saw Cody was at a house concert in
Oh, that's right.
LaSalle, Manitoba.
That's right. What year was that?
That was 2 years ago.
Right? That's
Yeah.
it? That's 2
Yeah.
years? Oh,
Yeah,
time goes
it
fast.
does go fast, yes.
Alrighty, well,
So-
thank you so
Hey,
much,
thank you.
Codie.
Plug your CD.
All right.
Plug the CD.
So this is a new
Radio.
album, Radio. You can get it by joining my mailing list at CodiePrevost.com. Also, yeah, that's
Pretty
about
good
it,
looking
actually.
dude on the front.
Yeah.
Well, you
Actually,
know-
I like the picture on the back.
I do,
okay?
I think
It's-
let's put the back on.
I had a very
It's
good
very
makeup
hot
artist.
picture. Apparently, Al was telling me someone's already made that their phone screensaver.
Yeah, one of the people did.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't my mom. So, well, thank you
Awesome.
guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Cody.
We're speaking with Codie Prevost, country music artist from, well,
Right
Saskatchewan, right here, originally from Archibald. Nancy,
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having me, Linda.
I love it, love it.
I love when we can tag team
Me
artists.
too.
Thanks, guys.
Linda Heldman for Canadian Beats, thanks.